Well, I don't know if you guys watched spark plugulator thingy in the Rogue, but now we're over here for S-Escalade. I'm Paul, the Homewrencher, and if you're first time tuning in on this channel, we're idiots, pretty much. But I show you guys how to do stuff at home in your driveway, the most cost-effective way and easiest way, and you don't have to have big expensive tools and a big fat pocket. Okay, I work pretty much 7 days a week, and I take a little money here and a little money there, and I buy stuff for my projects. And I'm not rich by far. I do this for you guys, and I enjoy to do this. And as time goes on, I may get some sponsors, but I'm not sponsored by anybody at all. I have worked with a couple companies like Brunt Workwear, where I get my boots from, and I love them. Super Clean, love them also. There's a few others that may, over time, start sponsoring the channel. And then we'll start using more of their product and have tools and items and whatnot. And we'll get some better builds going. But until then, it's just me and my little wallet, and that's it. So this is part 2 of EFI to Carb conversion on this 2000 Cadillac Escalade. Now this has a 5.7 VORTEC, which is the 350 small block. Those of you that didn't know, that's a 350 small block. In the first video, we tore it down and mocked up the intake and the carb on there, and I showed you guys how to do the TPS bracket to get this thing to shift, because this has the 4L60E transmission. It's an electronically shifted transmission, and it needs to see a tach signal, and it needs to see a speedometer, a speed sensor, and it also needs to have a TPS, throttle position sensor, because it needs to know where the throttle is for your kickdown, because it is a non-TV cable transmission. So by adding the TPS, that gives us our kickdown, okay? And seeing the tach signal, which we're going to take that off of the original distributor plug into the new distributor for the tach side, and that's going to let our gauges inside work, and it's going to shift the transmission utilizing the factory ECM that's sitting over there not doing anything because it's not running an engine no more, because we're getting rid of all that. But I said I needed to order some more parts, and I did. I got this nice open element air cleaner. I think I got this one on Scamazon. It was like $59. Really nice, really nice. It's a dry filter. You can spray it with the K&N oil if you want to. It's washable. So, I mean, oh, wow. Look at her. These people, they know me, I'm telling you. Refuel. Oh, I feel better now. All right, so got that. I got the correct ARP intake bolts this time. These are the right length. The other ones were for a standard small block Chevy. So any of you out there that's working on a small block Chevy and you need some ARP intake bolts, give me a comment of why I should send them to you. And tell me what you think of my channel. And I'm going to pick somebody and I'm going to send them ARP intake bolts for small block Chevy. Got them right over here, actually. Whole set, brand new, never opened. ARP 134-2101, small block Chevy intake bolt kit, brand new, never opened. Comments, like, subscribe. Tell me something you like about my channel. Tell me something you don't like about my channel. Do I talk too much? Do I smell funny? Do I have misshapen body parts? I don't know. Just say something. Share the video. Bring some people in here. Let's get this channel blowing up. I got the Lincoln back there we got to get up here and get working on. It's getting warm. I found a set of these VORTEC valve covers, center bolt, with the PCV kit and oil fill cap, and there's center T-bolts. I haven't seen these in years. I got them off a shelf at the speed shop. They fell back behind the shelf, actually. Look at this. They're dusty. Look at that dust. These things are probably 20 years old or more. I haven't seen them in so long. I've looked online, I haven't ever found them. Well, I got some. I got some Kevlar lug boots because, you know, we got these here trumpets, no, these boom tubes we're going to put on there. Nice stainless steel headers. Got those off of Evil Bay, and I think they were like $98. And stainless steel, nice welds, really nice welds. Hardware kit, gaskets, the whole 9 yards. And these are a direct replacement for the factory manifolds. So I can unbolt these from the Y pipe, the factories, and put them right in place, no problems. And if I break a bolt down in flange, who cares? Comes with brand new hardware. We got to get the engine warm and work all the ones out of the head without snapping them. That's the secret. Small block Chevys aren't that bad. I'd rather do that than the LS, that's for certain. And I got some nice lightning hose clamp holder keeper thing, or bobbers. So, and some good old gasket cinch. Love this stuff. I use it to brush my teeth. It seals chips and cracks and cavities, and my dentist recommended. No, it's used it forever. It's kind of like Indian head, for those of you that know what Permatex Indian head is. But this here is actually, I mean, this is the actual gasket cinch. Edelbrock's got one. It's the same stuff. Same company makes it. And I wish I had some gasolia. Not sure how to say it. Derek and other guys like to use it for thread sealant. But me, I just got some gray RTV on them bolts that go down into the water passages, water jackets. That way we don't get any leaks. So, let's get some stuff done. I know, I'm a moron. What can I say? All right, so we cleaned up the surfaces there for gaskets. They're wiped down. They're smooth. They look a little weird, but I had them on a waffle wheel. They're clean. We got our harnesses up out of the way. We're going to trim a lot of that out, but not yet. We're going to get this thing together and get it fired and get it running. Then we're going to work on our wire harness deletion. The harness that runs down to the crank sensor, which we do not need anymore, is this big old freaking alligator tail here. And this is a power steering pressure sensor switchalizer thingy. Now, why they went all the way around, down, and back over to the power steering pump is beyond me. I don't know. But we're going to change that. There's enough wire here. We're just going to pull it out of this loom, straighten it out. And we're going to go right back that way. Maybe come down over top and down behind the AC compressor bracket. We'll figure it out. Now, this is for the crank sensor. We don't need it no more. We don't need a crank sensor because that box right there is not making that run no more. So we're going to delete on this. This ground, I just snapped it off down there instead of fooling with it. 2 black wires that are in here. We're going to put another connector on here, and we're going to relocate this up to the ground up on the head with the other grounds. They originally went into the water neck on these. We can go into the back of the head. We can go into an intake bolt, something like that. I like to go into steel. So we'll figure a good place for it to go, and we'll get that on there. I'm going to run a bead of silicone on my China walls here. Get my gaskets in place, put a little gasket cinch on them. That way they stay there. And I'm going to set this intake down on here and start putting some bolts down and get this thing torqued. So we'll be right back in a minute. All right, well, around our China wall beads, about a 1/4 inch bead, all the way down through there, like a little cat turd size. And popped our gaskets in. Now I use these Felpros MS 90131-2. That's the plastic ones. They got the little black nipples in there that pop into the heads. These are the VORTEC intake gaskets, and they work beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and get my bolts started and get some thread sealer on them, get them down in there, and we'll give it a few minutes and then we'll torque it down. Okay, so we got those down in there. went ahead and dropped the distributor in. Now, when I pulled the other distributor, I pointed it at number 1, made sure it was up the top dead center. And if you look here on my borescope, she's right up dead top center. That fell right back in. I pointed it that way, and then I let it ride on the cam gear, and she dropped and seated right down on the intake, just the same way I pulled it out. So if you take things out and watch what you're doing and line it up before you pull it out, your new parts usually will fall right in place. So I need to get some wiring in here going, and I guess get my valve cover gaskets on. And I want to see if maybe we can fire this thing up. I still got to run a fuel system, which I haven't done yet, but it's not going to stop us from filling the bowls and letting her sit here and idle for a second. All right, so we got valve covers in. Everything coming together pretty well. Distributors dropped in. I think I already mentioned that. Now I'm about to go down and get a old school style distributor hold down and bolt, because the VORTEC one will not work. The hold down works, but the bolt is 5 miles long and wrong thread. So that's not going to work. I was hoping to get this thing fired up today, but O'Reilly's does not have one on the shelf down there no more. So that's not going to happen. But at least we got the engine sealed back up. Valve covers are on. Intake is on. Distributor dropped in and timed. And it's really just get a fuel source going, put the carburetor on, button everything down, get the throttle hooked up. And I think I'm going to go ahead and order a throttle cable kit, either a low car, or I might just get one of them Mr. Gasket ones that they keep on the performance wall up there at the Irish pub. So, well, I apologize, guys. I thought we was going to get her running today, but we'll be back with a part 3. And that just means we get to hang out again. You know, I like hanging out with you guys. I work all the time. The only time I get to hang out with you is whenever I'm working on something at the house. I miss you guys, you know? When we got weather like this, I like to be outside, having a couple PB blasters and working on this Escalade or something. So, we'll get it going. Sorry I work so much. Sorry I didn't know that some of these things wasn't going to work. But we'll get it. It'll be all right. But until next time. No, not yet. Y'all have a good weekend, a good week, great evening, a good dinner, good night. I don't, whatever, good something, good vibrations, good bowel movement, whatever. Until next time. Refueled.